Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another video ripped from the comments section. I have a viewer who's wondering if the benefits of owning a sailboat will outweigh the cost. Is owning a sailboat really worth it? This is what we all want, but what does it take to get to this point? Welcome to Seabrook, Texas, home of this Compact 23. Today we're going over a step-by-step guide of how I go sailing. From the very first notion to go sailing, man, what a nice day, to stepping back on the dock after a good sail. This is how I do it. Step one is you've got to make time and seize the hourglass. First, I check my social calendar. All clear. Next, I make sure I have time off work, not a problem. And most importantly, I check the weather forecast. First, I go to my iPhone and I check the rain forecast, and then I check the wind prediction. You never want to use just one source.
Trust, but verify.
Hopefully the wind forecast for the day I want to go is to my liking.
That 11 to 18 looks nice on Tuesday.
And then I go to Sail Flow. I like to verify the iPhone forecast. And then I go to My Radar and see if there's anything that's going to pop up, any surprises. It looks clear, just blips on the radar. And I usually just check how the tide will be running when I get to the marina. And it can be a factor around the fuel dock at the Seabrook shipyard. Anybody who's ever filled up. Next, I'll call around and see if anybody wants to go sailing with me, but I normally go sailing during the week, and I know that's hard for everybody. Hey, how's it going? Hey man, you want to go sailing? Any chance you have tomorrow off work and you want to go sailing?
I was just seeing if you want to go sailing tomorrow.
Day off, and
Yeah, I kind of figured, but I thought
all right,
I'd ask
well,
you.
have fun at work.
All right, man.
Cool.
Bye. See you, buddy. Bye. Hello?
Hey, just a shot in the dark here, but you want to go sailing tomorrow? I know you're like the busiest person I know, but...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'll be down there early, so you just show up whenever you want. I'll have the boat ready. That's cool, dude. Awesome. See you tomorrow. Bye. That one frozen bottle will keep the other two nice and cold. Compact 23 is pretty much always ready to go, but there's always a few things to get. I always think about the fuel level on the boat. I normally bring a gallon with me. I stop at Buc-ee's and get ethanol free. In case I don't go back to the boat for a while and it sits, I don't want it to be a problem. So I always pay extra and get the ethanol free. And I normally swing into the grocery store and just pick up some drinks and some snacks and whatever I can think of. Sometimes it's a meat and cheese tray or a veggie tray or both. I just try to make my guest feel at home. Always considered a special occasion. With that being said, I will swing by Starbucks. Don't you hate those people that have those complicated drink orders? I just want my venti ice quad shot latte with 7 stevia, and that's all. So I've got my ethanol free gas, got my Starbucks, got my food, and now it's time to head to the boat. If you're thinking about buying a small sailboat, you're in luck. I'd say about $5,000 is a pretty decent initial investment for a sailboat. Let's take a quick look around the Houston area and see what's available in the 18 to 25 foot range. Facebook Marketplace is the quickest and easiest. It's where I bought my boat also. Well, this little boat jumped out at me. It's a Compact 23. They were asking $5,000, now they're asking $3,000. And up here it says year 2000, and in the description it says a 2018, so we seem to have lost 2 years somewhere. Might be a wormhole. You might want to get a survey on this vessel. Comes with a 6 horsepower Honda outboard. Man, this is a nice boat. I paid too much for my boat. If you guys are in the market for a 23, look at this one. It's located in Seabrook, Texas. The boats have already bottomed out on value as far as depreciation, so they're holding their own or going up.
Fiberglass for
Consider it an investment in good times. I really want to go sailing today, but they're calling for high wind. So I like to drive down here and look out on the bay and kind of see what I'm in for. And most importantly, I like to go down to the inlet to the Clear Creek channel at the Kemah boardwalk, because sometimes the waves can really be big there, and it's kind of dangerous if your boat gets sideways. Several times I've seen boats my size washed up against the rocks and get pretty torn up. I don't want to be that guy, but I've never had a problem. I've never had engine failure or anything like that, but I like to come down and just kind of scope it out before I commit, because it's just going to build all day, and if it's starting out bad, it's just going to get worse. Let's go see. Currently, the wind is out of the south, so it shouldn't be too bad right now. As the day progresses, I'm sure the wind will turn more to the east, more in line with our prevailing wind direction, which can really stack up the waves against the entry to the Kemah waterway. Oh, totally smooth. That's perfect. I've tried to get out in different conditions and the waves were just pushing me back, and I didn't have enough horsepower to get it done and had to turn tail and run. I don't mind if the wind picks up and the waves get big later once I'm out there, because I can just kind of surf them in. It's a lot of fun and it's easy. Yeah, it can be a lot of work owning even a small sailboat. But if you like being on the water and around your boat, any little chore you have to do is kind of fun. I always forget to grab this right here. It took 3 pulls today, but 3 easy pulls. I really love that Honda 5 horsepower long shaft. And I got a backup trolling motor down in this cockpit locker that I could throw on there in an emergency, maybe to get me back. So I always keep my battery topped off, and I've got that 60-pound thrust and the sails, and it's a little kicker. Can't hurt, right? Weighs nothing. I've already got the batteries on board. So yeah, we're getting there. I always like to let it warm up, and then I'll throw it into gear, kind of test out the transmission, make sure everything's cool. Kind of grinded in there, didn't I? Everything looks good. I'll shut her down. All right, well, it's already hot, and I felt some sprinkles, but well, I've got the covers off. I've got the mainsail cover off and the tiller cover off. I've got the rudder dropped down into position, and I've got the outboard motor warmed up. So what's next is I normally come down here and kind of decide what sail I want to use, and it's really blowing, and it's just supposed to get worse. I'm gonna have to check the forecast again. You know, I check it all the way up until the time I leave, pretty much, if it's anything doubtful. So I'm gonna grab the 80% jib, and that's what I'll fly today. I don't have any reef in the main. No reefing points at all. That main is really terrible. All my sails are terrible except for I have one good 150. It looks fairly new and kind of crispy. But I can get the boat to hull speed, which is 6.20 knots. And I can do it with my old crappy sails, so I know I'm not performing on other parameters as well with old sails, and I'm not pointing and stuff like that, but I'm just bombing around the bay today, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'll make my heading to the wind that it is, and our destination will be determined by Mother Nature. It's an easygoing boat, and I try to be as easygoing as the boat. I just go with the flow, man, and just kind of roll with it. That's what I love about this Compact 23. Low stress, just what we all need. Which is which? I forget. This is my little 80, I'm pretty sure. Let me show you something. In a past video, I talked about how my downhaul wasn't working right. Darn it, what's the name of these things? I'm a terminology guy. What's the name of this sucker? Clasp? What? Man, I'm getting old. I mean, look at me. I am getting old. I've got the excuse, but Hanks. Yeah, it's a Hank on sale. These are the Hanks. Man. But anyway, look at that Hank. Can you see it? How worn it is? That big indentation right there from just miles and miles. They're all like that. See that? So the forestay digs into that little thing instead of being nicely rounded. And then it doesn't want to slide up and down. I mean, I can get it up and down, but I have to haul it down, you know, kind of work it with the wind and everything like that. So it's a big pain in the butt. All these need to be changed. It's kind of cool how they bend them around, I guess. I've never looked closely at it, but yeah, because this is actually not a bad sail. It has a hold on it. You'll probably see in this video. I think that this is the one, but yeah. So let me throw this up on deck. It's hot. I like to keep a departure checklist in my head, and it goes a little something like this. I'll remove all the sun covers off the mainsail and the engine and the tiller, and then I'll lower the rudder down into the water and I'll lock it into position. And then I like to check the engine oil, and I'll connect and pressurize the fuel line and or top off the gas tank on top of the motor. Then I'll start the motor. Normally it takes about 2 pulls, and let it warm up a bit and test it in forward and reverse. And then I'll decide which head sail I want to use, and I'll carry it to the bow of the boat and hank it on. After that, I'll ready all my sail control lines. I'll get my halyards ran back where they need to go. I'll get my jib sheets wrapped around the winches and get the main sheet ready. Next, it's time to disconnect the shore power and wrap up the cord and throw it down in the cabin. When you sail by yourself, you really have to plan ahead, so I like to ready my dock lines, just get them really close to being able to throw them off fast. So with the outboard motor idling, I will quickly cast off the leeward bow line, and then the leeward stern line, and then the windward stern line, the windward bow line, leaving the spring line for last, so I at least have a little something to control the boat before it leaves the slip. Lastly, I kick it in reverse and idle out of the slip, pointing the rudder where I want to go. If you're into Compact 23s, you probably know Chris. He's the moderator of the Compact 23 Sailboat Owners Forum on Facebook. Just an incredibly cool guy. And he upgraded his 23 to the foil, and he was nice enough to gift me his old rudder. Check it out. Look at this beauty. It's in perfect shape. I could not find one of these. I really appreciate it, Chris. This boat has really needed a proper rudder, and I can't wait to get it installed. There's just something to hanking on sails. It just feels right. So just buy the right boat, take good care of it, don't put too much in it, and when you're ready to move on, you'll get all your money back and a bank of memories. And you'll have the great feeling of sending a good old small sailboat down the line to the next skipper better than you found it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you supporting the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.